All right, it looks like we are live. How is everybody doing out there? I've just finished a couple of calls this morning and I still have more filming to do, but I'm excited because the market is really starting to heat up and things are going to get very, very, very interesting moving forward today. Just need to make sure that my audio is working correctly first before I keep going. Good. So, the good news is just like you can see here on the chart. The good news are these two dots. So I'm using the TBO. It's the indicator that I use for every single trading decision for my bots, for my smart trades, all of it. So the TBO, even though this is the TBO Pro, I'm using the default settings. So these white dots right here tell me that this is a breakout. So the breakouts happen when the symbols rather are printed when the price action is super bullish for Bitcoin. There's a lot happening this week for Bitcoin. The most exciting thing is probably the tease from Barry Silbert about Grayscale BTC having a Bitcoin index, or sorry, a Bitcoin spot traded ETF. We'll see. We'll see. But to me, I'm looking at the charts, and the charts are showing me that things are going to be heating up this week for sure. So we got our two breakouts here on the hourly. And just to be fair, I'm going to zoom out. And we have had them before here, and the price has fallen down. The difference why I'm really excited right here is mainly because everything is starting to move up with the TBO. We got a nice big pump of volume on this hourly candle. The price is up 2.73%. Bitcoin is bullish on the TBT forecaster, which is an indicator that is basically like a weather prediction, but see how the price is not slowing down. So here is the story for what we're doing literally right now. So it is Monday, 11:25 a.m. for me in Japan. So this Monday is starting to already heat up. This is probably Sunday evening for people that are in North America. So they're going to wake up on Monday very happy, unless you have a short position. So here's what I'm hoping will happen. For one, I am hoping that this resistance proves to be very strong and filled with short sellers. And the reason why I want it to be filled with short sellers is because the more positions there are shorting Bitcoin here, that means it's going to shoot the price up and it's going to make a short squeeze. I would love to see something like this on the charts. There's no guarantee of it happening, but we all know how short squeezes work. Thanks to AMC, thanks to lots and lots of crazy events that happened last year and this year. So right now on the hourly, things are looking really strong for Bitcoin. If we zoom out on the 4-hour, the next thing that would make me really excited is to see another grouping of the breakout symbols. And yes, I see them here. I'm not blind. I can see that the price fell down, but notice the difference. We have an explosive candle moving up, get confirmation of breakout, and the price moves up another 38%. We've had sideways action just like this, and it looks like we're going to be breaking out. We're going to have a nice close for this candle, hopefully here at 66. And if we go a little bit sideways, or if these just start to print boom, 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 3 in a row, and this is the 4-hour, then we can expect Bitcoin to shoot up another 30%, which would put it up at my first target, which is at like 88K. I don't know if that's going to happen right away today, but it's definitely going to be very interesting to see what happens. There are lots of other things that are really great about this chart. Let me go to the daily time frame. So believe it or not, we've been bullish. Bitcoin has been bullish ever since the 4th of October. It's been in the green. It's been in a long position. We have confirmation of our TBO breakouts here. So the price can lag. It doesn't have to automatically shoot up. So if I zoom out over here, check that out. Right here. See? This is what I'm talking about. This is why I'm getting excited. Now, this is the daily. So here's our long. Here's our breakouts. The price is kind of lagging. And then it's not lagging anymore. So if we can get something like that to happen on the daily time frame, where it pumps, it does a little bit of this, and then it'll take off. A lot of people will be very happy. There are lots of targets out there. for what Bitcoin could do. But for now, things just look very strong and bullish for Bitcoin. So the biggest lesson that I learned from our pullback, let me switch my time frame again, back here, this run up that we had, the first thing that I'm going to be paying attention to is RSI. Because if the RSI is weakening and the price is starting to move up higher, that's a termination sign to me. So far, we are doing okay. So far, we are doing just fine. So the first thing that you've got to keep an eye on is right here. So this to this. So if Bitcoin on the daily, if the RSI can go up to 85 and go up higher, then we're fine. But as soon as it starts, not obeying, but as soon as it starts following this trend line right there, then we're in trouble. And if it starts to weaken, we're in worse trouble. So if we have RSI up to 82 today or tomorrow, then it comes down, and then 80, and then 79, that means that the trend is weakening, even though the price may be moving up higher. I don't think that'll happen, but again, that's what I'm looking out for moving forward from here, okay? Great. Okay, so I just wanted to give a quick heads up that yes, the hourly time frame is looking really strong, but hourly doesn't mean that we are going to the moon right now. This is a really fast time frame compared to the daily, compared to the weekly, but nonetheless still bullish for this week. So my short-term target is for sure 80K, and then I'll be seeing what's going to happen when the price of Bitcoin gets closer to 100K later this year. So I see a couple of questions here in the chat that I can answer real quick, but I just wanted to give a real fast update to what I'm seeing on the chart to share it with you for those that don't have the TBO yet. And I meant to post it, but I can't here. I have to go to somewhere else. Let me see. And I can't see anything. Perfect. Here we go. I meant to say that. There we go. Cool. All right, so looking at a couple of these questions, let me see what I can do to answer them. And then we're going to cut things. All right, so Rodrigo, how's it going? So you watched my 3 comments videos. Thanks. Why is the wallet not representing the gains in profit? So if you have profits, let's put it this way. If you have your entire portfolio on 3 commas on one exchange, and that one exchange, you're using 100% of your profits or your portfolio to put into a trade, and that trade goes up 10%, your whole account, everything connected to 3 commas, will go up 10%. So it's going to go up that value, and it's going to be reflected in different amounts: Bitcoin, Ethereum, and USD value. So why is your wallet not representing the gains and profit? As in your exchange balance? It depends on what you're doing. So if you're using a grid bot, exchanges aren't going to do a great job of realizing those profits for you or showing them to you. There are other websites that do a much better job. I know you don't want to subscribe to another service, but you're asking, so I'm telling you. So like Coin Tracking does a really good job, as well as Coin Stats. They'll let you know how your portfolio is growing. Whereas the exchanges are going to show that as clearly, and 3 commas will show it, but your exchange might not reflect that. All right. Do I not recommend BTC pairings on bots? Asks Dan. From here on out, nope. Unless the coin is super duper bullish. Like you could use a bot on the Ethereum Bitcoin, that trading pair, that should be okay. But like choosing some random low volume coin, no. Like a low altcoin, no. Low cap rather. Really dangerous from here on out, because as the price of Bitcoin moves higher, more people are going to allocate more of their portfolios to Bitcoin, or stop losses get triggered, and they're not holding the alts, they're holding Bitcoin now. So you've got to be really careful. I am not running any BTC market bots other than trading BTC USD. That's the only Bitcoin bot that I'm running, I guess you could say. Yeah, exactly. As Traverso agrees. Yep. CME gap at 61K. We could, let's see, BTC, Bitcoin futures, and let's go to the daily. Okay, so it's just opened. Okay, so someone is asking, so what about the gap at 61K right now? Yeah, that's possible, but I mean, it's also possible for the gaps to not be realized. Like we have some outstanding gaps. Let me go to the daily time frame. This will be easier and cleaner. Here we go. So we have gaps down here. I mean, we have a gap at 23K that hasn't been filled. We have a gap down here. Oh no, that's the main one. This gap at 23K is still open. For the most part, yes, nature hates a vacuum. It would make sense for the price to come down. But from what I'm seeing right now, things are looking pretty strong. If the price were to wick down quickly to close the gap, that would satisfy the, I guess that vacuum, like I'm talking about. But yeah, I mean, it could. I don't think it has to, but I'm not too worried about the CME gaps anymore, mainly because that's like an older thing now. It's funny because the market's changed so much. So CME gap could be a big deal. It also could not. So yeah. Kmat asks, how are my bots doing? My bots are doing well. Thanks for asking. No one ever asks. Thank you. It means a lot. They're doing well. I am mainly running TBO switch bots right now. To be honest, that's all I'm doing. Not even using my TBT signals, top 10, nothing. I'm just using TBO switch bots because I want to stay in the trend as long as possible. And that's what those bots do an amazing job of. And notice I said bots, plural. On the website, talking about the TBO switch, we just talk about Bitcoin. Things have changed considerably. We now have, I think, 11 or 12 available market pairs. So now you can get settings for proven settings for 11 to 12 market pairs and work off of that. So I'm running the TBO switch on Bitcoin, Ethereum, Matic, FTT, BNB, missing something else, and Solana. And I think that's it. But they're doing really well. So, dude, times one, just one dude. Sorry. Do I think it'll be a good idea to do a DCA or Bitcoin USD or GridBot now? Yeah. I mean, you could do a GridBot. The only thing about that is when the price of Bitcoin starts to move higher. I mean, yes, this is obviously fantastic for a GridBot because the range is tight. Lots of buying and selling, and it's going to exit positively out of the grid. So yeah, that could work. As the price goes up into price discovery mode, which I'm going to piggyback into Jocelyn. Yes, Jocelyn. Got it. End of year price prediction, she asks, or he asks, or they ask. Can't say she or he anymore. Sorry. I want to be respectful. So end of year price prediction. I'm going to do both of these at the same time. If we were to use a grid bot, and let me get where is it? Here it is. So right, your grid bot is running in this range. And as the range changes, as the range moves and it goes up higher, then you would just have to adjust your upper threshold and lower threshold for your grid bot. And as it moves up higher, just run it up, because you can actually run a grid bot on the uptrend like this. It just takes manual intervention. You have to be checking it every day and moving up, and you have to be prepared for downtrends and find your support and resistance. It's a little bit of work. So yes, it's possible. The difference between a grid bot, of course, and a DCA bot, for those people that don't know, is that grid bots are going to be buying and selling, whereas a DCA bot focuses on one direction at a time. It's going to be focusing on long only or short only. And obviously you should be long only at this point, because there's no reason why you'd want to short right now. And watch, there's going to be some terrible news from China, and it's going to, no, actually they can't do anything to the price of Bitcoin anymore. So maybe the Senate's going to come out and say something terrible, and that'll tank the price. And I just said long only. But no, in looking at the price, knowing what's happening, knowing the trajectory of everything right now, it makes way more sense to focus on a DCA bot. So the difference again, sorry, rant, between a DCA bot and a grid bot is that a grid bot's going to buy and sell in a horizontal range, but a DCA bot can stay in the trend, taking profit on the way up. And also, as long as you have safety trades, it's going to buy more as it falls, hoping to sell at a price, and it's going to dollar cost average your position down. So you would be able to potentially buy or start your deal here, eat up some safety trades, it recovers a little bit, and you'd be able to close out in profit. So DCA bot will be much easier moving from here on out. Grid bot's going to take more work, but it will be just as rewarding. The last thing I'll say about that too, the last thing I'll say about that is that grid bots, you are fixed. You can only take profit in the quote currency or in USD, the market. So if you're running a grid bot on BTC USD, you need USD, equal parts USD and Bitcoin to run your grid bot. So when you take profits, you're always taking profit in USD, not so helpful. Whereas a DCA bot, you can take profit in Bitcoin, which is what you want to do from here on out. And that will bring me to my next question, end of year. Good grief, you guys are active today. End of year price prediction. So I think it's important to pay attention to what other people are saying that have way more followers than I do, because I'm just a little itty bitty fish in the crypto influencer world. But I'm paying attention to like Plan B, and his end of the year prediction is like what, 126K. I think that's reasonable. I'm personally looking at 100K, and I think that's going to be really hard to break, given that the price started back in November when we really started this rally at what, 11 or 13,000, and now we're going to be going all the way up to 100K. That's a really big move, because that's really where the bull market started. So 100K is going to be a pretty tough nut to crack, I think. Let's see. So yeah, let me see. Just checking out for some more stuff. Good. Take profit in Bitcoin or crypto on a USD pair in DCA bot. You're still only taking profit in USD because of the exchange. So the way I was scanning the comments. So the way DCA bots work is that, I'm going to make this as simple as I can. You buy 10 of Bitcoin. You use $10 to buy Bitcoin. The price goes up. You want to take profit in Bitcoin. So your bot is set to 1%. The price goes up 1%. You sell your 10 that you had originally bought of Bitcoin, but you now have a profit. You now have a surplus of 1% of your 10 USD that you put into it. So you keep that 1 USD worth of Bitcoin over and over and over again. So to answer your second question, K-Matt, taking profit in Bitcoin or crypto on a USD pair, you're taking profit, you're covering your what's it called? You're covering your initial base order position. So the bot used 10 USD. It moves up 1%, 2%, whatever. It's going to sell and close that deal so that you still get back the amount you put into it, but the surplus, the profit, I don't need that. The profit is that percentage, and that's what you keep in the coin. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, DOT, Matic, whatever. Okay? So what time is it? Oh, it's 11:42 in the late morning. No, it's not that late at all. I live in Tokyo, so no, it's fine. We're doing really okay over here. Last I checked, the sun's out. We're all good. Last question, and I'm going to cut it because I wanted this to be real short. So do I think that the 2017 bull run will repeat this cycle? It's a good question. I don't think so, mainly because every cycle has been very unique. There are lots of people that are hoping that we see, sorry, I need to change my chart. Here we go. A lot of people are hoping for a repeat of 2013, and maybe that's more similar because we had a top, it fell down, and it made another one, and this took another year, essentially, almost another year. So people are hoping for a repeat of that, where here it is, and then that would put us at 200 days, would put us where we are right now, actually. So there's, just to explain that, going off that chart, 200 days out like that. So that's where we are right now. So 2013 would be an amazing scenario to repeat, but it doesn't add up. The percentage wouldn't add up either. Moving up another 300%, 350% from our current all-time high would put us up at like 250K, which is a little bit unrealistic. I know some of you don't like hearing that from a crypto YouTuber. You want me to say like we're going to go to $1 million. I think that's stupid. So putting us up at 300% even, it's $263,000. That's a big move. I don't think so. So 2017. So what are we hoping from 2017? So the truth is that every single cycle has been so different. I'm going to hide all my drawings just to show you what I mean. I mean, here's 2012. It goes up. There we go. 2013. Sorry, 12 to 13. Well, 13. And we go into 14, and then it's a huge bear market. 2017. So this run up, I mean, from going above our all-time high, this lasted 245 days. So here's our all-time high. So if that's the case, hold on. And it went up for 1,438%. So again, 285. So this is where people are getting 250 from. I don't see it happening. It could, but I don't know about this specific thing happening again, just because the market's different. The market was so young and irrational, and there wasn't a lot of volume back then, not as many big players, which accounts for all of the wicks. And now the price is just way slower. It's doing less in a lot longer time. So no, I don't think that we're going to see a crazy bull run like 2017 for Bitcoin. I think 100K is really going to be our max, just because it's a round number, just because it's already moved up so much. If I look at the chart, looking at it from November up until now, we're already up 400%. If we were to go up to 100K, that would put us up at 700% or so. That's amazing. I know it's not what you want to hear. I know. But you've got to keep your feet on the ground and understand that it's possible. It's very much possible to repeat other market cycles, but each market cycle is going to be different. So that's how I'm treating this. There are similarities, but as far as the end of the market, though, that is something I am happy to confirm that we will probably see something similar, where we have a blow off top. So here we go, blow off top. It goes up here, falls down 80%, comes up here. Over time, we got, there we go, 70%, and actually goes a lot more. So yes, it does take time, but we fall down 87%. So this is something that I'm expecting. Again, 83%. So wherever the market top's going to be, as far as a blow off top, yes, there will be a big sell, and the price falls down, we're done. And then I'm expecting an 83% or an 80% fall. So if we're at 100K, we'll try to get it right there, and we fall 80%, just 80. Pop, that puts us at, which is not a surprise to me, but basically at 20K, which was essentially where we were last time. That would make a whole lot of sense. Now, we didn't see that happen here. We didn't see that happen necessarily. Well, actually, it did happen here. Let's be honest. It definitely did. So that's reasonable. But again, we have to see what's going to happen next. And as far as our short term, things look good. But we've got to keep our our feet on the ground and be really careful and not get too excited. Okay. All right. So if you've just joined this and you're like, wait, what are we looking at? So this is the TBO indicator. I use it for all my trades. You get a trial of it when you take our courses. It's fantastic. If you have questions about it, you can join my public Discord server. It is pinned to the chat right now, and it's also in the description of the video below after I'm done streaming. So I hope everybody is going to have a great week. Be safe, be smart, don't give in too much to the craziness, and yeah, have an awesome week. So until next time, peace. No, until next time, you know what to do. Stay awesome and stay in the green. Peace. That's how it's supposed to be.